now subjected to a peer review by the claims office to ensure that the medical necessity is found. Honorable Speaker, we are also requiring that any overseas facility receiving a Kenyan patient must also formally empaneled and contracted by SHA. So you cannot go to India and walk to any hospital. The way we contract Aga Khan and Kenyatta Hospital, the facilities in the foreign nations must come and contract with SHA. And we do it online. Honorable Speaker, we have capped the minimum payable amount for this overseas treatment to 500,000. This will ensure the sustainability while granting access to life-saving procedures. This new framework guarantees that we are not going to exporting our patients and also exporting our money to support healthcare system of other nations. And let me repeat it. We will not export our patients and our money to support healthcare systems in other countries. We must be candid. We must improve our healthcare system so that the money can remain here and support our health facilities. Our patients can be at home, and many members know during the COVID, we could not even return the bodies of our loved ones when they pass in India. Because in some countries, the only thing that happens is cremation. Many Kenyans, particularly of the Christian faith during COVID, they could not bring back their bodies. Airlines have refused. Countries have introduced protocols. So we must build Kenya. We must retain our patients here, treat them, and we must retain our money. Honorable Speaker and members, the transition from NHIF to SHA is not merely a change of logo. It's a fundamental restructuring of our national health insurer to ensure efficiency, integrity, and professionalism. We are building a new institution from the ground, and this requires a fresh, competent workforce. And I wish to be categorical. Recruitment into SHA is strictly based on merit, unlike the NHIF, unlike the defunct NHIF. There is no automatic transition. However, Honorable Speaker, we were guided by the courts. The former staff of NHIF went to court, and we were guided by the law and the courts that we must give priority to competent, qualified former NHIF staff. The days of nepotism and incompetency are behind us. Only those who prove their worth will serve the people of Kenya. And Honorable Speaker, to make the record straight, to date we have only recruited 144 staff members, representing 17% of the total approved establishment of 815 positions. The initial phase focused on securing the top leadership and the core leadership and the technical experts needed to operationalize the authority, including the CEO and the directors. We are now doing a massive recruitment drive for 425 senior officers in order we decentralize them to our counties. And this exercise has been highly competitive. We have received 17,434 applications, and we have, following vigorous shortlisting process, we have shortlisted 1,737. And Honorable Speaker, I want to categorically say the list that is circulating in the social media is a fake list, is not from SHA. And I am ready to present the truth. Yeah, there are people who doctored that list in terms of counties, in terms of tribes, for their own reasons. I have a full report before Parliament, and I'm ready to submit that. That list is fake. That list is meant the people who could not say anything about SHA. They have looked for anything under the sun, and they have generated a fake list. And I am ready to appear before the Committee of even Cohesion and Integration. I think that committee still exists in the House. Yeah, I'm ready to appear before that committee and put everything on the table. But that thing which is going around is not from us. Honorable Speaker, let me go to the pillar number 2, comprehensive healthcare information digital superhighway. This superhighway has been the game changer in our history. we have for the first time visibility of our healthcare sector. All our 47 governors, the whole leadership of MOH, the president himself has a digital dashboard that he can follow what is going on in the health sector. And Honorable Speaker, if you allow us, we can give Parliament also a dashboard that can be put somewhere. You can see even the bed occupancy of Kenyatta Hospital. We have successfully, up to today, digitized and linked 10,277 transacting faith-based and private hospitals into one digital superhighway. We have specifically have 4,149 public facilities that are now fully digitized, because slowly we are training and we are digitizing them as we move along. And to support the Taifa Care system, we have delivered 30,087 digital devices, including the biometrics. And that's why you see, Honorable Speaker, under SHA, there's no card. Honorable Speaker, under SHA, there's no card. It is your thumb. Particularly now we have finished level 5, and digital devices I'm talking about across the country. And this is to ensure that the most remote dispensary can transact data in real time. Honorable Speaker and members, this digitization is not just about efficiency, it's about the potent weapon against corruption. The era of manual claims, opaque processes allowed theft to thrive. And that's why you see in today's headline, the 11 billion shilling lost between October when SHA kicked off to April when I took over, the system did audit. And we found facilities were stealing because they were used to stealing from NHIF. And how do they steal? So that 11 billion is rejection. We have presented. So that 11 billion is rejection. We have presented to the committee. And I'll give you what are rejections. There are facilities in our country that have reported 100% of the mothers who came to deliver have gone through C-section. That is even against the WHO rule. The WHO rule, international accepted, is 10 to 15% of mothers who go to deliver in hospital will go through C-section. And I think the member for the vice chair of Health Committee, Honorable Pato, is here. When I went to Tharaka Nithi, one private hospital said 500 mothers came here, all of them delivered through C-section. If that happens, it's against the law. The former chair of Health Committee, Honorable Sabina, is looking at me. SHA will not pay. Secondly, we have hospitals who are saying they want to be paid for maternity, and they are not providing two very important documents. The first document is the claim form. Claim form is in the law that you have passed. And even you, when you go to your doctor, a claim form, a legal document, is filled by 3 people. The patient must fill. You have seen your doctor or your nurse after they take the normal thing they tell you fill. Then the doctor fills. Then the hospital administrator fills. A situation where we find, SHA finds that claim forms are filled by one person, one handwriting, one pen. That is a rejection, and we will not pay. It's part of the 11 billion. Thirdly, There are people who are submitting that maternity delivery has taken place in a facility. And any healthcare worker listening to me will know that when a baby is born in a facility, and there are doctors in this August house, there must be a very important document called birth notification. If you submit claim forms for maternity and there's no birth notification, how are we sure that a child was born? That is a rejection we will not pay. It's part of the 11 billion that you saw today the nation has carried. Finally, the last one is when people make claims on surgery procedures that somebody has gone through the theater. There's something called theater notes. And you have seen, as the person is being taken to the theater, there is a file on top of the patient. That file carries the theater notes. So if you don't submit the theater notes to be part and parcel of your claims documents, how will SHA be sure to pay that claim and that procedure and surgery has taken place? I will tell you of something, even PhD, the primary health care facility, which is free outpatient. Now you know the system picks patterns. It's not human beings. These days there are no claim forms. You know, under NHIF, the claim and everything was done at the counties, by manual, by people. And they sit together. Now the system picks patterns. And this morning we have picked a pattern. Let me just add it. In fact, half of my team don't know. In primary health care, in one of our counties we have picked, there's a patient who's accessing one of our dispensary or our health centers in that county, in that facility, 10 times a day. Yes. The how is the rejection. The how is the fraud. The how is the 11 billion that we have. We have just picked it. And we have said it, we will have a conversation with the governor of that county. Because he wants to get more capitation, so it creates, the facility creates ghost patients, and they go in the morning, they come lunchtime, they come, but they don't know that the system picks. We have one patient whose dependents' children were 381 in Kwale County. In Kwale County. And we are giving such patients, we are giving them to the DCI, and we want to, the DCI will ask, can you show us your 371 children? Because the system is speaking. It's not human beings. This system looks for patterns. It will even tell you how many surgeries have you done. Yeah, for dialysis, most Kenyans who go through dialysis, there are two, fully paid by SHA. There are some who go the third one, which they have to pay. If we see this patient going for 10 times dialysis, then that's not a dialysis patient. So the system has really helped us. This system, Honorable Speaker, has what we call AI-driven fraud engine. It's very active. It detects anomalies in real time. For instance, the system flagged the facilities claiming for procedures that they lack equipment to perform. We found one facility in a county where they told us level 3, they said they are doing C-section. So I walked into that facility. And I asked, the governor said that facility cannot do C-section because there's no theater. So I told him, let's go to it. And when I went and we found the gentleman running the place, the first question I asked him is, take me to the theater. And he says, I have no theater. The second question I asked him then, where are you doing these C-sections? Because you have claimed 65 C-sections in the last 2 months, which we have rejected, we have not paid him. So the engine really helped us. The engine also helped us inflating bills for patients who never walked through their doors. Following these system flags, Honorable Speaker, we have engaged the Director of Criminal Investigation to conduct deep investigation. I can confirm to this House The DCI has so far concluded 24 files for 24 facilities implicated in fraud. Two of the former CEO of SHA are before court. A number of staff of SHA are before court. A number of owners of facilities are before court. 25 doctors, SHA has withdrawn their rights to access because the system picked a pattern of doctors in operating in 10 counties. The doctor is in Homa Bay, then he's in Kisii, then you'll find him in Garissa, then you'll find him in Malindi. So the system picked, and some of them were involved. So 22 doctors have been denied their access rights to the portal of SHA. They can go and treat somebody, but if they treat somebody, they cannot do it where the reimbursement of the patient is done. We have also denied rights to, I think, close to 36 clinical officers who we found them in fraud. Files for facilities such as there was a facility called New Manyalo Nursing Home and Brimaxa Hospital. These have already been forwarded to the Director of Public Prosecution. Directors of these facilities have been arrested and charged, and we are not sparing, and I want to say that both the leadership of this House and the President have given us the support that we required. For us to achieve this, we must make bold decisions, hard decisions, and we must always work in the interest of the people. And Honorable Speaker and members, let me be very clear. Kenyan money will not be stolen. The digital system we have built is a fortress. It's like Fort Jesus. It will allow us to track every shilling from the moment a Kenyan contributes to the moment that shilling pays for either a pill, a medicine, or a procedure in a theater. If you attempt to steal from the sick, the system will catch you, and the government will prosecute you. That is the new order of the day. If you steal from our sick, the system will catch you, and the government or President Ruto will prosecute you. We have further secured, Honorable Speaker, digital sovereignty through our collaboration with the United States government through the data sharing agreement, which I have shared with Parliament. I am ready to defend it. That data sharing agreement, Honorable Speaker, is solid. It's done by our lawyers, and it even says where the laws of the two countries contradict, the Kenyan law supersedes. The people who have gone to court are the civil society and the NGOs who used to eat this money historical. It is not us. The Kenyan patient, the Kenyan patient, the HIV patient, the malaria patient is important. No system we have is important. No system we have can function without hands that heal. And I want to thank this House for approving the budget that has stabilized our workforce. The first day I went to Afi House, I was welcomed by UHC staff demonstrating and doctors. This House has really helped me in approving a budget that has stabilized the workforce. Today we have posted our interns, we have transitioned our UHC staff to SRC rates, and by June this year, in the Division of Revenue Bill, we will transfer the whole resources to the equitable share so that our counties can now absorb them as permanent and pensionable. Honorable Speaker, I must speak especially about community heroes, community helpers, or tools. Today, they served with heart that they lacked the recognition. That changed in September of 2022, when Kenya took a bold step at a national event presided over by President Ruto. The government formally recognized and engaged 107 frontline community health promoters. These frontline workers, they are no longer volunteers, they are paid, they are equipped, and they are digitized. And come July, all the 107,000 will enjoy all the 107,000 will enjoy the social health insurance, premium cover paid by chain of health products and technologies. We are reforming KEMSA into a very agile, transparent logistic entity that uses digital tracking to ensure the last mile of delivery of our medicines. We must ensure that a mother in a remote village has access to some life-saving drugs as a patient in the National Referral Hospital. Madam Honorable Speaker, if you allow me, we have introduced, I think, yesterday. We picked a pattern. The system has picked a pattern where $50,000 patients in a county referral hospital go through this. The compound is surrounded by a myriad of chemists and pharmacists. Go to Kisii Referral Hospital. Even go to Garissa County Referral PGH. I was there this weekend and I was asking, why are there so many cases? If the patient does not, because the system will know, if you don't dispense medicine to a patient, then SHA patient, then SHA will not pay for any medicine you claim. Since SHA started, about 946,000 women have delivered through the SHA system. As a country, annually we are about 1.5. The Director of Medical Services is here. And when we look at those 900 and plus women who delivered either through C-section constituency, we know the facility. That is how robust this digital system is. So to kill the story that there is no medicine in our health facilities, now, if you don't give a Kenyan medicine and you claim for it, then SHA will not pay you. Then what will you be forced? You'll be forced to give the Kenyan. And the Kenyan will know from the charter he was supposed to get medicine for free, particularly under PHC. So KEMSA, as of today, the reforms we have done, KEMSA has a refill rate of 91. April, they had only, in every 10 drugs required, in April of last year, KEMSA had only 5. Today, in every 10 essential drugs that you ask KEMSA, they will give you 9. And we want to take it to 10. And we want KEMSA to buy from the manufacturer so that we reduce the price of drug. The cost of care in our country, healthcare, is very expensive, members. You must interrogate that. In a number of parliaments, 11th, 10th parliament, that discussion used to come. Why do we have one doctor charging you consultancy fee of 10,000 or 8,000, and you have another doctor charging you 2,000? There must be a standard. There is a standard among lawyers. There is a standard among engineers. There is a standard fee that architects can charge you. We must have, and I am sure I can see Professor Golicha looking at me, but sometimes we have to say it the way it is. We have to say it because we are defending the Kenyan patient. Honorable Speaker, just to highlight, because it's a matter before court, the importance of the U.S. government-Kenya health collaboration. This partnership provides over $300 million annually in support of our HIV, malaria, and TB programs. As we move towards the sunset of some of this international support, and I want to thank this House, Kenya was the only country that was allowed to come and sign in State Department. We were the first country to sign globally. And we were the first country that were allowed to sign in Washington, D.C. And that's how important Kenya is a leader in the healthcare. And many countries want to learn the universal health coverage and SHA from us. And most of it is because of the laws that you have. 120 county for 6.1 billion, which the government has 6.1 billion, which the government has not paid for, is fee for service. You go to a hospital, go through a CT scan. That CT scan, SHA will pay part to the hospital and part it will pay. You will find a private wing. Today, the number of referrals, very few Kenyans are referred to Kenyatta Hospital or Kenyatta University or MTRH or Jaramogi, because all our county hospitals now, majority of them, and dialysis machines, CT scans, dialysis machines, you'll find them in all our reducing the burden. Kenyans used to die on the road. So when we talk about healthcare transformation with the support of our members, UHC is about ensuring that the quality of care received by a president is the same quality of care available to a peasant. To achieve this, we have entered into a strategic collaboration that are already bearing fruit. And I really want to ask my sisters who are in this room to listen to me. When I became the minister, that drug now is sold at 40,000. And that's why SHA is paying for the full treatment for our sisters and mothers who battle breast cancer. That drug cost was very prohibitive, and it was forcing families to hold fundraising or forgo treatment. Now under SHA, it's accessible at zero additional cost to the patient. We have also formalized our collaboration with Aga Khan University. I did a partnership with Aga Khan to allow SHA beneficiaries to access the specialized service like kidney transplant. You know what happened in Eldoret? And Honorable Speaker, I really want to indulge you today. An audit was done on what Medihill did in Eldoret. The way kidneys were harvested, the way foreigners were brought in. To our country. A good report was done illegally. Young people, without regard to safety and ethics that comes with it. So today a Kenyan of any status can walk to Aga Khan as long as he has a donor. Kidney transplant will be done at the cost of SHA, 1.2 million shilling paid for, pre and post. Aga Khan used to be a hospital of the rich. Today, if you go there under SHA, at the dialysis center, you'll find in Nairobi Hospital, Nairobi West, in Kenyatta, you'll find all that. There are many people who say SHA is not working. If it's not working, then how come 29 million people have registered? There are some of the people who are saying it's not working. They are very sad because their county is number 2 or number 3 in SHA registration. For example, Nyeri is number 3. Number 1 is Mombasa. Let's clap for Mombasa. Number 2 is Bomet. Number 3 is Nyeri. Number 4 is Kirinyaga. I can continue. But for our colleagues like me who come from the Asal, if I start naming the bottom, that is where we are, including my own county. And I have to say it. But we must clap for the counties. Elgeyo Marakwet, Kericho, among the top. Lamu, among the top. As small as it is. Honorable Speaker, we have also have an agreement with Nairobi Hospital, a historic collaboration for kidney transplant at SHA rate. Honorable Speaker, this collaborations translate to one simple reality. We are demonizing the walls between the rich man's hospital and the poor man's hospital. Under Shah, every Kenyan has a seat at the table of quality health care. Honorable Speaker, I now want to speak to key moral imperative. And I want our sisters to listen to me. And this is the health of our mothers and children. Every woman, every newborn, everywhere, agenda. And our rapid result initiative that we carried as a ministry last month showed that 26 of our counties have drastically reduced their maternal mortality rate and newborn child death. But we have 25 counties which are in the red. We are trying to make sure that those 25 counties, we have an engagement with them at the level of the presidency and the Council of Governors, and no mother, Honorable Speaker, no mother should die while bringing. We are not doing very well. We're losing a lot of mothers in our facilities. And I want us to clap for the people of Central Kenya. Central Kenya. And I want us to clap for the people from the former Central Kenya. Can you clap for them? The maternal mortality and new child born rates are very minimal. Those of us who come from Eastern, Western, Pastoralist, Nyanza, Coast, we have some work to do. And I am ready to lead from the front. I'll work with the leaders. That we are losing more mothers in those regions than any other part. Honorable Speaker, let me talk about the Kenyatta National Hospital, one of our world-class milestones. When I founded Kenyatta, and I'm happy to report today, the chairman of the Kenyatta National Hospital, the former Secretary General of Kenya Red Cross, through his corporate network, today we are refurbishing 9 wards in Kenyatta at a cost of 270 million, paid for by the corporates, banks. He went to Equity, he went to KCB, he went to many other organizations, and today they are refurbishing at a cost. Today, Kenyatta National Hospital has established the state-of-the-art HLA lab for organ transplant matching, ending our reliance on expensive foreign laboratories. We are not sending now tests to South Africa or to the CDC Atlanta. Kenyatta National Hospital is doing a lot to our community. Record-breaking surgeries you watch in the news every day. Beyond our borders, we want to position Kenya as a leader in global health security. And we have formed the Kenya National Public Health Institute. We have expanded our laboratories and our emergency operation centers. We want to build a resilient system that can detect and respond to pandemics long before they reach our doorsteps. However, Honorable Speaker, these gains remain fragile without a very strong intergovernmental synergy. And I want to urge the National Assembly to ensure that health remains a whole of government priority. Health security is inseparable from the work of the Ministry of Interior, ICT, Education, National Treasury, and many others. Honorable Speaker, let me come now to the legislative agenda as I conclude. We laid the foundation and we have secured the standard of care. And I wish to bring to your attention that there is a bill before the House called the Quality of Health Care and Patient Safety Bill 2025. This bill is critical bill is already before the House. It went through first reading on the 14th of August 2025 and has been committed to our Departmental Committee on Health. This bill will guarantee the safety for every Kenyan patient. It establishes legal framework to ensure that the care paid for by SHA is care that cures, not care that harms. And I want to give an example. When there are two mothers, pregnant mothers sharing a bed, that is not care. Do we agree? When we have a mother or a patient, even male, on the floor of a hospital, that is not care. Particularly in a cold place like Nyandarua. Do you know, have you asked yourself why there are no more Kenyans sharing beds? Do you know what we have done in the system? Every hospital, in their license, they have their bed capacity. So if your hospital has 50, we will not allow you to admit more than 50. Two, in the old NHIF, the two mothers who are sharing the bed and the one on the floor, both the three of them were paid by NHIF. So they were making money. Now we have said, and we watch the bed occupancy. If I had the Digital Health Agency CEO, we could have shown you, a good example, Kenyatta Hospital. Kenyatta Hospital ideally is supposed to have a bed occupancy of 1,800. But Kenyatta was admitting 2,200, extra 400. Today, if you go to Kenyatta, you will not find two mothers sharing a bed. But what I am doing is the system and administrative. I really want you to do that in legislation. We define care in that bill. A care of a patient, the dignity of the patient, the safety of the patient, the ethical standards of the patient are all defined in that bill. I really want to ask Honorable Speaker and members and our committee to fast-track that bill in the first quarter of this year. It will really help us help our patients. Then we have a number of other bills that are in Parliament. The Health Act Amendment, the Public Health Act, the Tobacco Control Act, the Cancer Prevention and Control Act, the Food, Drugs and Chemical Substance Act, the Pharmacy. All these are amendments. They will really help us if they are fast-tracked. Honorable Speaker, finally, to sustain this momentum, we require your budgetary support to clear the pending claims and ensure that seamless operations of free primary health care. We urgently require, we have already told the National Treasury, they have committed to us, but the Leader of Majority and the Chair of Budget can help us, them to release the 5.9 exchequer release so that we can pay facilities for the month of October, November, and December in the primary health care, in the dispensaries, and in the health centers. But they have said they will pay before the end of this week. We also wanted the projection deficit of the PHC, and the Chair of Budget is aware, is about 11.9 billion, and we want it to be factored in. Between now and June, we want it to be factored in the supplementary budget. When we were looking at the maternity package, we realized the people who design SHA and UHC, they have left a very component. There are places where our mothers deliver in health centers. They deliver even in dispensaries. And sub-county or level 4 hospitals are very far from them. And after that discussion, and we did a paper, the summit chaired by the President, the Council of Governors, we have agreed now our mothers, because we want to reduce the maternal mortality, maternal and child mortality rates, we have asked now to be given more resources of 2 billion so that our mothers can now deliver in health centers and in some dispensaries in some of our constituencies. Honorable Speaker, and this is just to save our mothers and our newborns. Honorable Speaker, I come with the very senior members of my ministry. If you allow me, PS Oluga is busy chairing. I left him in Nairobi to chair another workshop. I have PS Mary Mudhoni of public health and professional standards. I have the first Director General under the new Constitution of Health, Dr. Amoth, Dr. Masi Mwangangi, CEO, SHA, one of my directors from KEMSA operations, and then Terry Rotich, who's the head of legal in SHA. I think those are the ones. Yeah, I have another team, the gentleman at the far end, the two gentlemen are two directors with Social Health Authority. Honorable Speaker, just to conclude, the state of our health care in our country is transforming. We have moved from a deficit-ridden NHIF to a more surplus-generating SHA. We have moved from a paper files to digital superhighway. We have moved from volunteers to paid community health promoters. This transition is unprecedented. It is working. It's what President Ruto and his administration have promised, and I request your continued support as we anchor these gains in law and practice. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker and members. God bless you, and I'm ready to answer. Just to, in case members have issues with the headline of today, on the headline, the 11 billion are the rejections I have told you. Those are money lost in the sense that they have claimed we have found them. They are remitting. Some of them are going to court. Some of them have agreed to return back our money. And we have not finished. We have, I don't want to, there are some things that belong to the criminal justice system. I don't want to speak for. I have the whole list. The biggest junk is the private hospitals, followed by the county hospitals, followed by the National Referral Hospital, including Kenyatta, MTRH. The lowest is with the faith-based hospitals. We have the names we can publish. There are rejections. They claimed for services they have not offered. And they have done all that I was telling you. And I am sure that many people, including those who are criticizing me, some of them, this morning they sent me a text message and they said those people must be prosecuted and they must return the money. You cannot eat the money that belongs to a patient in Kenya. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you, Waziri. Honorable members, you've heard the minister is with his team, Rachel. We're doing 10-10. Yes, yeah? Oh, Dr. Nyikal first. Lower your hands. We promise to give Dr. Nyikal 3 minutes.
Nyikal, just 1 minute. Honorable members, for those who walked in and out, let us first of all give a round of applause to the Honorable Duale. Indeed, Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Duale has done very well. In terms of making a presentation, we can tell when a presentation is good. And we are so proud that he is from this house. And it makes a difference when someone who has the experience that is required gives such a presentation. We appreciate. He has taken us through the journey that the transformation. He has given us the role, the pivotal role of Parliament in legislation and way forward and what assistance that he needs. He has given us a comparison of what happened in NHIF and what is happening in SHA, including the numbers, including registration, the depth, including the amount of money that is being paid in and out, the role of national government and the counties in health, and the complications therein and what support that he needs. Honorable Speaker, he has also given us assurance that it is not about your economic power that will make a decision on your access to health. These are the kind of presentations, Honorable Speaker, that we want. Mr. Speaker, he has given us this House assurance that we are not going to export our patients and also export our money. The measures he has put in place, we like that. Thank you. And now I'm going to give a chance to Dr. Nyikal. Welcome, Dr. Nyikal.
Okay. Mr. Speaker, let me first of all appreciate the Cabinet Secretary for the presentation. I'll not say much because this today is the presentation of the Cabinet Secretary to the House. So the members will deal with that. Most of the issues he has raised, we have actually discussed with him in the committee. We have had interactions, some of which you have seen on TV, and these are the results. I'll just make very few comments. One, there are some issues he has raised that we'll still have to look up with them as a committee. So I don't expect to say much on them. We'll have opportunity as a committee to call the team and have that. But the only ones I want to say that are really important is the issue of registration and payment of premium, which is a gap of 29 million and 4 million. It has issues. The issue of county and national government coordination, and that is what affecting KEMSA not getting drugs there because drugs are being bought at the county and they are not paying KEMSA. So that is something we will discuss with them. The issue of primary care fund, which we actually gave this time, and that has to be used at the county level, in level 2 and level 3, where he actually we agreed as a committee that women do deliver there, they should be paid. So we look at that. Then the issue of human resource transition, the one of NHIF to SHA, is again something we'll sit down and look at. The issue of UHC staff and interns and global fund, I must congratulate the budget committee, Chair Atandi. As a committee, we managed to put some money there, and for the primary care, we are also going to put money so that women can deliver in level 2 and 3. And the other issue of the bills, those ones we are actually taking on. We have those bills, some we're already looking at. But the biggest one I want to talk about is the benefit package and the cost of care. We have a benefit package in the country, but we don't have a cost of care. So how can you have a package if you do not know its cost? So I know they're working on that. They have put up a team. We'll work with them to have the cost of care so that one surgery has a cost wherever you go. And I think when we do that, we should be able to get more done. It is this day today and members of the assembly, so I'll leave it there because we'll also be taking some notes on what the members say that needs to be done that we can follow up with him. Thank you, members.
Rachel, take the first 10.
The Honorable Shabir, the Honorable Mother Wangari, number 2, the Honorable Elemengit, can I just do this side? Okay. The Honorable Makali Mulu, the Honorable Member for Kinangop. We wanted 10 here, 10 here, 10. Is that okay? The Honorable Member for Kitui Rural, and that one is the nominated member UDA at the end. How many are those? I started with Shakil. I went to Wangari. I went to Makalimulu. I went to the member for Kinangop. I went to the member for Kitui Rural. I went to Modoni and Charles CNN. How many others? We can get another 3 here. We can start with the nominated member. Can we go to this member? Odipo. And the 10th one, the member for Nairobi. 10, Honorable Speaker. So when we start again, we'll come this way and then that way.
Okay, number 1.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, sir. Bwanandwale Waziri, we have known each other to 2007, and I've had a great faith in what you do, and what you said today, you have convinced me. Mr. Speaker, I want to stand testament today. I put nearly 10 million in NHIF last year. That was lost, but my constant, and Waziri, thank you, and Mercy, thank you. We went and recouped 2.4 million. And that money, sir, is now giving 2,300 applicants, indigenous, for 2 months, SHA. Next week, I promised her I'm coming with 6 million. Now, Mr. Chair, Bwana Speaker, I don't have to say this, but I have been diagnosed with a little bit of cancer. So when I went to do my PET scan, I gave my insurance card. They said, no, SHA will pay. I said, they will never pay. SHA paid. The other day, I went to take some medicine, 100,000. I went to take some medicine from Nairobi Hospital. I gave my insurance card. They came back and gave it to me and said, SHA has paid. So today, Bwanandwale, whatever others say, for me, it is working. Asante sana.
Number 2.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And Waziri, Mr. Speaker, unlike what we had in the morning, at least this CS had prepared, had done some homework for his presentation to the honorable members of parliament. Mr. Speaker, I am also very glad that the trust deficit in SHA has substantially reduced. But my question, so that I save time, Mr. Speaker, is the issue of incentivized surgeries. The reason Waziri unasema mambo ya CSS in a hospital is because CSS are paid better and so many more times than normal deliveries. Mr. Speaker, we may not deal with the money, but what this is doing to the women of this country. You go pregnant, you're due to give birth. You're told your child is in distress and your cervix is not opening. They don't even try to induce. You are taken to theater and you're cut open. So, because they are paid better. So, Waziri, how do we disincentivize the issue of surgeries? Because we cannot keep doing this to the population of this country. We are opening up women who can easily give birth normally without going to the theater.
Thank you.
Finally, Mr. Speaker, allow me, because I've not asked any question in this plenary, allow me finally. The issue of doctors and complaints. KMPDU covers their doctors. I have, in the last 3 months, dealt with mothers who have removed fibroids but have been left cotton wool. I don't know what has been left in their stomachs, Mr. Speaker. And lodging a complaint is actually impossible because the KMPD will cover their own. How do we deal with the code of conduct and the criminal negligence of doctors at that level, Mr. Speaker? Because Kenyans are dying and they have nowhere to go for redress. Issue of alcoholism, how do you deal with that in our doctors, Mr. Speaker? Because there is a problem. I would want to hear your response. Thank you very much.
Lele Mengit.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. First, I want to appreciate Waziri Duale for his perfect presentation. I also want to appreciate what Shah has done. Recently, Honorable Speaker, about a week ago, there is a mzee he's about 96 years old. He had been blind for the last 4 years. And when I visited him, I assessed the situation, and he accepted to go for an eye checkup. And it was just a simple issue of eye cataract. And it was removed. The mzee is now seeing. He's been blind for 4 years, and it was fully paid by Shah. Now, my question is, Honorable CS, while we appreciate the government for paying for kidney dialysis, we know patients suffering from kidney issues are close to 10 to 15% in this country. While we appreciate that Shah is paying up to maximum of 11,000 shillings per session across the country, we still have a challenge in settling claims. We have small startups, local companies in this country or hospitals whose claims have not been paid for almost the last 3 months. For example, Oak Tree Center, Kidney Center in Eldoret, Honorable CS, what are you doing so that you can prioritize these startups who are dealing with these issues so that their businesses cannot close down? Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Makale Mulu.
Yeah, thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. I want to join my colleagues in appreciating the presentation, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, one of the highlights of the presentation which I picked is the issue of consultants charging different rates. And I think to me that is very important that that figure is harmonized. But my question, Honorable Speaker, is on the distribution of medical equipment. I would want to hear from the CS what criteria has been used to distribute this medical equipment, Honorable Speaker. Because, Honorable Speaker, my own county where I come from, we realize that very basic things cannot be done because that equipment is not there. So is it based on needs assessment or how is it done? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Kinango, is that Kwenya?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Kwenya?
Yeah, thank you, Speaker, for the opportunity, and I join my colleagues in applauding the Minister for his beautiful presentation. But on it, Mr. Speaker, I want to know what the Ministry is doing, and actually it has been mentioned, but not in depth, in terms of harmonization of charges, especially that are being charged by the private hospitals. You realize service like dialysis is being charged at about 11,000 in public hospitals, and that is what Shah is paying for. But private hospitals are charging to the tune of close to 200,000, and I have evidence to that case because my dad is doing dialysis at the moment. What is the ministry doing to make sure that those exorbitant charges by private hospitals is dealt with and with finality? Thank you.
Kitui Rural.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you, Honorable Duale, my friend. I always have a lot of confidence in you. When you are presenting, you talked about the 11 billion, how you are trying to recover that money. But I wanted to hear more on what systems are you putting in place so that this kind of debt is not going to occur again. Because this is money which is supposed to be used to buy drugs and other facilities in the health centers. Thank you very much.
Next, Mudone Marubu. Is it Mudone? No, Mudone nominated. Ikiara.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I too join my colleagues to thank the CS for coming when he is very well prepared for this session. We laud him for that. Honorable Speaker, my question is, what measures, Wasiri, as your ministry put in place to protect Kenyans from counterfeit medicine? More so, especially those who have chronic illnesses like diabetes, blood pressure. Honorable Speaker, I'm asking this in reference because I am a victim. When I go buying my medicine from the pharmacy, at times I have encountered a case where I bought counterfeit medicine, which when I take it, it does not work at all. What is the ministry doing to protect Kenyans who are not aware like me so that they don't take counterfeit medicine, which is not working? Thank you.
Nguna.
Thank you, CS, for awesome presentation. We are fully satisfied with what you've done so far. And again, congratulations. Since you took over SHA, it is now working. I have witnessed, because I've had several patients there. Congratulations for that. My question is, how many health facilities involved in the fake claims have you shut down so far?
Kipchumba.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I want to first of all declare that I am a health advocate. I've worked with the Ministry of Health in the Vaccine Preventable Diseases campaign. I've been awarded the UN Person of the Year in 2015, fighting and kicking polio out of Kenya and Africa. It has been great. SHA, like the previous program, NHIF, and other health insurances, very little is given to therapies. There's limited package to support long-term conditions. And this in particular, children that have disorders of cerebral palsy, spina bifida, hydrocephalus, and other conditions, and it's lifelong. What is SHA doing to include the essential drugs, medication, in supporting these children or persons? They have to live with the drugs forever, and they can't afford them. And most of these, especially anticonvulsants and epilepsy medication, are very expensive. What is SHA doing to expand the essential benefits package to fully cover therapies, especially physiotherapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, orthopedic therapy, assistive devices, and lifelong neurological medications? Thank you.
Odipo Kwame.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I think I have to congratulate our CS. His explanation was quite satisfactory. My first question to CS.
There's no first question, is only one.
Okay.
So just ask one question.
It is one. Now, the lowest contributors in terms of payment do claim that when they go for treatment, they are told they must top up their contribution to cover a full year before they are attended to. I wanted you to tell me if this is what is expected. And do you cover all kind of treatments? And in particular, I wanted to know whether X-ray is covered, because they also say when it comes to X-ray, they have to pay for that outside the SHA system. And you mentioned something, Minister, regarding the medicine, which many hospitals, especially the county hospitals, they do not provide medicine. The problem you have there, you have explained very well, and your intention and what you do. But my concern is, what is happening to these patients if they don't get medicine? Do we just say bad luck, or is there any provision that they can follow to get the medicine they require. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Elachi?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also want to thank the CS, to thank his team, Mercy and the team. CS, I was in Kenyatta on Sunday, and I want to thank you and thank Lesiampe. They have done their best, but I realized that because Mbagathi is not functioning and Mama Lucy, you find that we have 100 mothers now delivering a day at Kenyatta. And so my biggest worry now, which is across the country, is how do we ensure to have accountability? First of all, we ensure that newborns are also covered with SHA. Because you cover the mothers, yes, but the newborns, the postnatal, is something we need to look at as also going through and trying to push the hospitals to ensure stillbirth and newborn deaths are really recorded so that we know. And so for me, my proposal will be, in terms of just Kenyatta, is it possible to talk to the president so that these social corporate programs we do under affordable housing, they can just go and do some repairs in terms of their ceilings, in terms of their cupboards, and many other places that I felt it's really struggling. Thank you.
We have done those 11. Minister, because these are very short questions, let's take another 10 so that we answer all of them. This side.
Thank you.
Hold. Rachel, hold. The CS prefers that he runs through these ones very quickly before we take. Tutaanza na wewe Osoro, so don't grumble. And this side, don't raise your hands. Rachel said she'll deal with the sender first. Then we'll come to you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You know, since I left Parliament and this difficult job, I'm aging. So I didn't want my memory. Honorable Speaker, first I want to thank members for the good comments, and I share that with my colleagues, those who are present and those who are not here, because we work as a team. So it is me and all my whole team that, you know that even there's even somebody who is sitting here making sure that the slides move. It's part of the team. So thank you very much. Honorable Wangari, there's some questions I'll give to the DG briefly and Mercy. Particularly, Honorable Wangari's question, that because of monetary value, because C-section is complicated first, it's a surgery, it's a theater, it's 30,000 reimbursement, but normal delivery is 10. And because of greed, it's a social problem. Somebody wants to force a mother to a C-section when she can do normal delivery. But because he's looking at the difference of the 20,000. So even though we are developing something called scope of practice, I want the DG, and Mercy, she's the doctor, and DG to tell us what do we do, what do we need from Parliament to enforce that we stay within the range of the 10 to 15% of WHO.
Isn't it also an ethical issue?
No, it is, but I think we can do something. The system, Honorable. Two, I think also, I agree with you. Just like the wider society, we have doctors who go to theater when they're drunk. And that's why we are going to pick with the regulator to make sure that we enforce discipline. And I think the system now talks to Kenyans, so Kenyans must help us identify quirks in discipline. You know, patients must also be talking to us. Then on the issue of alcoholism, Mercy, you'll tell us what are the package within the whole range of mental health. What does SHA provide? My honorable from Emma Gwen on the dialysis. Yeah, the dialysis are mainly 2 sessions, but sometimes there are people who do 3. The 2 are fully covered by SHA. But because you have asked me, that facility in Eldoret, I went to Eldoret, I met the stakeholders, Shah was there, we explained to them. Now tell that facility, the owner, next week Monday, to come. We have got a clinic desk at Shah. Every day we will explain to her why we are not paying her. If her money is part of the 11 billion rejection, we will not pay her. Even if she calls the president. Forget about calling her member of parliament. Because we must protect people's money. But we will listen to her. We don't want, and that's why, Honorable Speaker, we're paying NHIF. We don't want also our facilities to collapse. But I think we spoke to that particular facility in Eldoret when I was there. Honorable Makali, my old colleague, consultant rates, I agree. And I think we'll bring a policy or a bill to Parliament for Parliament to discuss. And we'll also take it to the stakeholders, our healthcare workers. But on the medical equipment, it lies with your county governor. First, all the 45 counties have signed for equipment. Intergovernmental partnership agreement. Nairobi County and Kiambu County refused to sign. But I want to report that I think Nairobi County now has signed, and even Kiambu County want to sign. Then after they sign, they make a request for their facilities. So Kitui County, I agree with you, there are some counties, their uptake of equipment, basic equipment for their people is very slow. I can give we need to clap for Kirinyaga and Wajir and even Bungoma, where the speaker comes from, Kakamega. Kakamega PGH, the governor has put 2 CT scans in PGH Kakamega because of the number of people. Let's clap also for the governor of Kisumu, a very progressive governor, Governor Nyang' Nyong and Governor Mombasa. So, Honorable Makali, the problem is I'll talk to the governor on your behalf to make the request. But please send me facilities myself. Our honorable member from Kenangop, I agree with you. And the DG must give me and mercy. There is no way we can have one facility private charging 200,000. Yeah, but the same Aga Khan, the Shah patient, the normal patient Shah, go and pay the Shah patient. But you know, because let's say, for example, me and you and the speaker, because we have another medical cover, so they overcharge us. So you should tell them, charge the Shah as the first point. Yes, the 11,000. But I agree with you, we will make. There's no way we can have 2 sets of payment in this country for dialysis. We will. And please support me when you are also in the talking to our people, say, let us use one healthcare. So 200,000, 11,000. I mean, that is a theft. And poison boat. And you must have seen people making noise in the media. I stood firm. 2, and this is going to affect you. We will not allow drugs that are supposed to be dispensed by a doctor to be bought at the counter. The way me and you and our families call a chemist and ask for augmentin, and then you talk to a border ride around there and brings you, that will stop. That will stop. Even when you go to Europe on trips, do you buy on the counter? They tell you no. Even if it's on your phone, they refuse. So because sometimes you are given the wrong drug. Honorable CNN, Nguna, Shah is working. We have so far closed 1,118. And we are keeping on closing more. Because some of them, they call themselves level 4. They're in a very dingy place. If you look at the theater, it looks like a slaughterhouse. And please help me in your constituencies. Ukiona kitu haikai vizuri kama hospitali, just get me the name. We will ask the regulator, we'll ask Shah. First, if Shah will not pay, if we lock them from the portal, they will not survive. Most of these funny facilities have been created to siphon money from the insurer. Honorable Kipchumba, your question I think is valid. I'll ask the DG to answer. And mercy on the epileptics, the long time conditions of our children. Honorable Depot, the tallest man in parliament. That's what we used to say, Mr. Speaker, in the last parliament. Please don't allow first top up in the primary health care. And now we have put a charter, a green charter. Written walk in, walk out. And we should clap for Governor of Nairobi. He has done that. Without us, he has put a big banner, walk in, walk out. I don't know whether the members of parliament from Machakos are here. Please help me. I always talk to Honorable Wavinya. Yeah, the Machakos Level 5 hospital requires some critical equipment, and her people are not requesting. But at long last, I have pushed them. They have requested for a CT scan. We want them to request for the dialysis to help our people. Yeah, and the ones in Kangundo and all those. Help us. Yeah. 1 month. You pay very little money, you go to a facility, and then you incur 1 million shilling. If we allow, you walk away, you walk out, and then they go to their facilities, and the facilities will claim a lot of money. It's a whole thing. So, Honorable Depot, we are looking at. Kenyatta National Hospital or Kenyatta University is supposed to be a referral hospital. It's supposed to deal with complications even in maternal. When a mother in Pumwani, the doctors are overpowered, then they send to more experienced consultants in Kenyatta. But we had a number of industrial disputes in Nairobi. We are overwhelmed. And I've already told the president that we can use affordable housing to build more wards in Kenyatta and expand Kenyatta. And part of it is even how we can work with the police and take the police hospital along Bagadi Road to be part of Kenyatta so that we can help people. I think, Mr. Speaker, give me 1 minute.
Yes. Hold there. Kitui Roll, can you rephrase your question?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. And I thought my question was very simple. I was referring to 11 billion, which is reported to have got lost. And my concern is, what system are you putting in place to make sure this kind of theft does not happen again?
Honorable, let me tell you, this 11 billion was stolen when the system was young and there was a transition period from October 2024 to around June last year, July. People went to the system But they did know that the system will do an audit later. As of today, 28th, Mr. Speaker, if you look at the graph of the claims versus the revenue collection, during that time, the claims was 10 billion, the revenue collection was 5 billion. As of last night, the revenue collection is more. The claim is less than even 5B. Because the system detects. In fact, if you...
Honorable members, Cabinet Secretary, cesarean section is the most performed intra-abdominal surgery worldwide. And the rates of cesarean section have been increasing from the 90s when it was 6% globally to 2018 when it was about 18%. Our national cesarean section rate as a country is currently 19%. It is projected that by women going to deliver will be delivered through cesarean section. That will be a whopping 38 million women undergoing the procedure. Cesarean section is also a complex surgery requiring various steps in terms of preoperative preparation, intraoperative steps and postoperative steps. Therefore, what SHA is...
My mother, who died last year, gave birth to 15 children, none, all at home. And there are many women like that. What we are lacking now are those midwives. And then the unethical behavior of doctors. What are you doing about it? Because one, give hospitals that deal with deliveries, midwives, properly trained to help. Mama akisema, wow, akisema, sukuma, sukuma, you know? Mpaka mtoto atoke. Lakini siku hizi hakuna wa kusema sukuma. Wanasema tu peleka theater, pasua toa mtoto. We want to go back to sukuma.
Honorable Speaker, I hear you. And what we are doing as and therefore that way we can be able to deal with it hospital by hospital, individual practitioner by individual practitioner. Then in terms of rehabilitation services, I want to thank Honorable Kipchumba. He was our polio ambassador. He helped us very much to be able to kick wild polio out of Africa during a very difficult time, the COVID-19 pandemic. We are revising the benefits package, as Waziri has said, and we are going to gazette a new benefits package in the month of October. And these are some of the considerations that we are looking at. Thank you.
Mercy.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members and Honorable Minister. I will answer a set of questions. In terms of our cesarean section, in 2 weeks' time, SHA shall introduce what we call clinical pathways for AI validation. It means when a mother comes in, we have collected data now, NHIF data and SHA data. We shall be able to read the case notes and determine whether that was a valid cesarean section or not. The current data that we have right now shows us a hospital in Tarakaniti that has a 97% cesarean section. It means every mother who walks in, 97% of them have undergone cesarean section. So this AI fraud engine will be introduced. Coming into, Mheshimiwa confirms it is true. Now, coming to the second issue on dialysis, to date, SHA has served 16,000 Kenyans for dialysis. 16,000 Kenyans have received dialysis services. Our SHA contract mandates that SHA should pay dialysis claims and all other claims within 90 days. When I look at the system, which I have here, dialysis facilities who have verified claims are up to date to end of November. They have not been paid for December, and neither have they been paid for January, but those payments will be made in the coming week. And those total to 1.2 billion Kenya shillings. When we look at SHA Lipa Pole Pole, 564,416 Kenyans have enrolled in the SHA Lipa Pole Pole program. I repeat, 564,416 Kenyans. To date, SHA has collected 1.4 billion from these Kenyans under SHA Lipa Pole Pole. And so this insurance premium financing is working, and we will require your support, Honorable Speaker and members, to educate our public on how to utilize SHA Lipa Pole Pole. Concerning how does it work? Okay, thank you. Let me expound on how it works.
Don't respond to illegal questions. Ask the questions that were asked.
I stand guided, Honorable Speaker. Let me get to the next set of questions until I'm guided. Honorable Kipchumba has asked about cerebral palsy. Cerebral palsy is what we call a neurodevelopment disorder, along with many other neurodevelopment disorders, including autism. And how SHA, the benefit package, has been designed is that mothers or children who suffer from these neurodegenerative disorders can access services on outpatient basis in a level 2, 3, 4. When this child requires an inpatient service, they will be admitted and the daily bed rebate will kick in. If you look at our gazetted tariffs, we've actually put in place the assistive devices. However, we do need to ensure that we have enough budget to be able to actually facilitate the payment of assistive devices. So we will be coming back to the House to seek that extra budget that allows us to have wheelchairs, physiotherapy, speech therapy, etc. services available for this population. In terms of X-ray, it is true, Honorable Member Adipo did note that X-ray is not paid by SHA as a separate service. SHA pays for MRIs at 11,000, SHA pays for CT scans at 6,900. For the X-ray facility, we have bundled it into outpatient care and also inpatient care. So there's no standalone service of X-ray. It is bundled into the packages that we have. In terms of outpatient care for mental health, alcohol disorders, psychosocial disorders, this is how we've programmed the package. A Kenyan can access services at a level 2, 3, and 4, but if they require admission, and that their admission does not require a rehab package, then they can stay in a mental health facility for up to 2 weeks, and SHA will do that reimbursement. Now, if they require services that touch on alcoholic disorder, which requires more therapy, we've introduced a package of 67,000 that then the facility can claim, and that patient has what we call per diem days for 45 days to stay. It covers way better than NHIF did for particularly for chronic conditions. We may need to do a better job as SHA to educate the public, but every year, every SHA paid up member, back to you. You, Honorable Speaker.
Yes.
I leave the ones who spoke yesterday. A 10.
Go on and reach 15.
Okay. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Okay.
Members, I think that's the fairest way to deal
Everybody
with
have
it.
your number. Osoro, start.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I also want to silence honorable members.
I will still give everybody a chance, so just be patient, hold your horses. When we go this side, I know that the majority of us are sitting in the middle. I'll come back here again.
Thank for you to be registered under SHA. That disadvantages other people that have got the other networks. And Honorable Speaker, there is this issue to put it to you, Honorable Waziri, that some of the claims or some of the issues that have been raised through your office, there's an alpha squad within also the ministry that decides that, today working in cohort with some of the county governments, today we are going to close this hospital, especially these private investors, to the detriment of the private investors, and give the advantage to the county hospital. And they bring reports that are recourse for review. That needs to be checked.
Number 2, Sabina.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And And I want again to join my colleagues. You are doing a great job, because she has mentioned clearly that you can only be admitted in a mental health facility. The one we have, I am not so sure how Mathare facility. The one we have, I am not so sure how Mathare is now. From the last time I checked, what is the plan to work with the county? And finally, Dr. Nikal mentioned about the package and the cost. And on this one, Honorable CS, allow me to speak about the KU Referral Hospital. We worked very hard to make sure that that hospital came into being. This hospital receives the exchequer money, but the cost of care, a lot of the people who go to KU facility, even if somebody transitions, there's a problem. The cost of care is very high. What plans do you have to make sure that this is a national facility and patients who go there are also able to perform? Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Naomi Wako.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I want to appreciate the Waziri and his entire team. My question is on cancer patients. We know very well that currently 44,000 Kenyans are reported on a yearly basis and about 29,000 deaths. And most of these people come from northern part of Kenya. I know you have already reported to us the consideration you have put in place under SHA, but I feel there is need for us to invest in research so that we can know the cause of this. I know we have been speaking about this for years, but there is need for this government, our government, to invest in research so that we can know the cause of cancer, especially in northern part of Kenya. And when it comes to SHA recruitment, Waziri, what measures have you put in place in terms of recruitment and employment for the marginalized communities? Thank you.
Murugara. Yeah? Who is number 4? Emas.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I also want to congratulate the Minister and his team. Honorable Duale, you're doing a wonderful job in this ministry. However, Honorable Speaker, there are a number of hospitals that are in deplorable state. Congestion, limited bed space. In some hospitals, you find patients sharing beds, some sleeping in the floor. If you visit our Busia District Hospital, that will be the scenario that you'll be confronted with. On the other hand, we have hospitals, new, beautiful, wonderful infrastructure. They have been equipped. I witnessed one Amkura hospital in one of my sub-counties, that's Central. But it's not operational. And excuses are given, there are no staff, or, and we have to, patients are referred to Bungoma or Eldoret. On the same breath, when I looked at your presentation, the figures on your financial asks, Honorable CS, I did not see the ask on resources for you to complete ongoing projects. Some programs have stalled. And again, case in point is Lukoles Hospital in my constituency, which is a presidential directive. There is work going on. The contractor has stalled because he says his certificates have not been paid, and it was also financed partially. So probably you could add your asks on ongoing projects in the supplementary so that we can be able to support you. So I just wanted to know, what is the role of the ministry in your cooperation and coordination with the county governments on how to improve these facilities, and also on how to ensure that they are complying, to ensure that universal health care is progressive, is successful, and that Kenyans have access to health in every corner of the country.
Number 5.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, mine is a comment or an observation, first and foremost, to thank the CS, because he has done with his team a wonderful job. Constant communication, constant visits by the CS, by the PS, Mary Muthoni, the CEO, Mwangangi, Mr. Moth, we have been able to show exactly what SHA is and what it can do. Today, when I receive a telephone call from a constituent saying I'm admitted in a hospital somewhere, whether Comarock or whatever it's called, the first question we ask is this: are you registered with the SHA? And the response in 90% is yes. Then you are relieved. You ask, what is the problem? After that, you're told, possibly I need fare to go home, or I need 2,000 shillings to buy extra medicine, which was not covered. And this is a demonstration that SHA actually works. However, I don't know how you're going to crack the whip on county governments, because the problem they have is they cannot give any explanation why they do not sign for the facilities you're offering, they do not sign for medicines, and as a result of which the hospitals down there are not able to give the services they are required to give. Otherwise, the work you've done, the communication has been excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Papa. CS Education, not education, CS Health. I want to appreciate you for the good work that you're doing and your team, because for once, pressure on members for fundraisers for medical have gone down. So I want to really appreciate you. And I told you when we met in Parliament that that was a good appointment. So we wish you well. My question comes on the National Cochlear Implant Program. And I wanted to know when you're going to reach out to the learners at Nyangweso school for the hearing, learners with hearing impairment, and how can they be helped? Most of these learners are vulnerable. Their parents abandoned them there, so I don't know who can pay for them SHA so that they are able to be helped. But if you could give me a date, we go with you and assess that particular school so that they are helped, their learners that belong to this country. I thank you, Papa.
Thank you. 7.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. CS, I mean, you've got enough compliments today for the good work that you're doing. I wish the media who, I mean, this is live, is live. I wish the media would actually look at the gains and what we've achieved in terms of health moving from NHIF to SHA, so that we can always, celebrate the gains that we have in our country instead of always putting our country down. When Mercy was speaking, she's talked about diabetes, the screening, that many people are not coming up and taking advantage of the screening. For me, I think we should use social media aggressively to make people aware that the screening is happening. It's a failure if people are not aware of the screening. And then when it comes to the post-screening, you need diabetic medication. People need to know what's available and where it's available. And what if counties are not stocking it? Glaucoma. It is such a shame in this day and age for somebody to go blind because they're not been screened for glaucoma, and then they don't have the medication. The medication is 3,500 shillings. But if we got generics, it would be even cheaper. So what are the programs on glaucoma? What are the medications on diabetes? And while we're here, there is a meeting going on right now with pediatricians, the Kenya Medical Association, the John Hopkins University, and the Health Reach. They're actually in the main building. They have a program called SASA, which is Smart Advocacy for Strategic Action. And their main concern is newborn care. We care for the mother, but if the baby is preterm, we don't have enough. We don't have pediatricians in all the hospitals. We don't have oxygens. The package, the SHA package for newborns that are born preterm should go beyond the mother's discharge, because the baby remains in the hospital, and then also post-discharge, because I think we have a failure there, and that will help us save a lot of children. So counties that were flagged, because I attended their meeting yesterday, was Siaya, Vihiga, Tana River, Kirinyaga, and Baringo. They don't have neonatal clinics, facilities for newborn. Thank you.
Number 8.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To Waziri Health, I just want to know how you intend to ensure seamless services to patients requiring critical blood transfusion and services, especially plate donations and transfusions. And what other plans do you have? Do you have plans to procure another machine
to supplement the existing one at the Kenyatta National Hospital? And how do you intend to upscale the blood transfusion services? As for SHA, I don't want to be the one to say any negative, but right now, I have a patient now in Kenyatta Hospital that has been told the machine, the Nini SHA is not working, you have to pay cash. Please confirm. Thank you.
Share the details with them. Pierre Polo.
Thank you for this opportunity, and CS, thank you for the very good presentation. I'm Paul Biego, Chesumei constituency, Member of Parliament, and the question goes to the CS that the recent challenges in, given the recent challenges in healthcare infrastructure and staffing, what specific strategies does the ministry plan to implement to improve at least access to quality healthcare services in rural areas? And what is the timeline? And as my colleague has said also here, what should people do when they are told SHA is not working? And sometimes it is a matter of emergency and you go to a hospital and they say the systems are down. So at that particular point in time, what is one...
You are rigging in 3 questions. That's enough.
Thank you.
Next.
Thank you.
Oundo.
Yes, thank you, Speaker. I don't need introduction to the CS because we suffered with him many, many years somewhere. I just want to seek your indulgence, Speaker. I have a very interesting case, and I'm sure if Honorable Anjala would have been here, would have joined me in the same case. For some strange reason, we have so many ladies who cross over from Uganda, come and get married to Kenya. And for
why do you call it strange? It's very normal.
No, that's why I want to the strange part of it. That's why I want to go to the strange. The strange part of it will come at the tail end, so that I don't want
in my village, every other home.
I don't want it to be carried
Uganda.
away for the reasons why they cross. I want to pass over the message very clear. They do not have national IDs of Kenya. They can't get national IDs because they have not migrated officially. But they are married in Kenya, that they are 3rd, 4th, or 6th pregnancies. Yet when they go to health facilities for maternity, they are not covered. In the previous regime, we used to fall under Linda Mama, where they would use the ID numbers of their mothers-in-law to get such facilities. I wonder, what does the current system, what can it do to ensure that we cover these kind of scenarios?
You are the member of parliament. I did. And conditionally is to Kenyans, and a Ugandan married to a Kenyan man is a Kenyan.
Speaker,
because
I want
Duale says he will do something, he will still go to those ID people.
I know, but remember, the waiting period for an ID being a border town, for whatever way, let's stop the rhetoric that we normally do it at national level here. It's about 6 to 7 months. That's the standard waiting period. So, General Honorable Speaker, in the event, in the interim, what can we do to salvage and save us from the burden that we have to continuously carry? We might lie on national policies, try to subjugate the matter, but we have a real problem, which if you do not want to listen, so that we can put our heads together, then we are simply saying that this is an exercise in futility. Finally, I don't want to go into that.
You've done your bit.
Yeah, I just want to pass over a message which I've received now, and I want to pick up, I think the lady here, the lady Joyce of Kamena has said, I'm told here, they have been asked to pay 100,000. They bill for surgery, I don't know what type of surgery it is, 100,000. They have been told because their cover is not comprehensive. The SHA cover is not comprehensive, it can only pay 35, so we have to join a WhatsApp group and raise another 65,000. So we need to understand, is there comprehensive SHA, or SHA was equal and common to everyone? See, those kind of things that we need to
Thank
balance.
you.
Thank you.
I still want to help you, Undo. Bungoma and Busia are contiguous districts in the old days, were border counties like Mandera, like Garissa, like Wajir. I have checked. Today, the waiting period for an ID in Bungoma, women from Uganda married in Kenya and Kenyans, is exactly a month. So it's not 6 months.
Speaker, I can give you documentary evidence on Monday.
I will come and help you.
You see, Speaker, I cannot stand here. And make allegations that I cannot substantiate. Period.
Next. Number 11.
It's me. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, allow me to appreciate Honorable Duale that indeed he has done a good job together with the DG and the CEO for SHA. My question to you, Honorable Duale, the CS. You mentioned the issue of data protection with respect to G2G between Kenya and America. But mine, I want to come down to the payment. You did explain that the system can narrow down, go as low as understanding, especially the issue of a patient who has gone to theater, to get the theater notes to help you not to pay those corrupt doctors. So my question to you is, how is SHA protecting patient confidentiality, given that really understanding on how a patient has been undertaken before he's paid? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Number 12.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we as members of parliament employ constituency staff. The 290 constituencies.
Mulyungi.
Yes, Gideon Mulyungi. Mwingi Central. Now, these members of staff for our constituency offices contribute 26 million shillings to SHA. They also contribute other statutory taxes, equally like every other civil servant. However, Mr. Speaker, our constituency staff do not get the same services as civil servants. When they go to hospitals, they are asked to pay for extra services like X-ray and ENT, which they are asked to pay in cash. So, Mr. Speaker, what is the minister doing about this? And Minister Waziri, you pass through my constituency every day when you are going to Garissa. God forbid, if you have a problem along the road, the nearest hospital you can land to is Mwingi General Level 4 Hospital. You walk there, the hospital is pathetic, no medicine, no nothing, and it is very corrupt, even River Road to Kenyatta Hospital, you'll be asked for fuel for the ambulance. Post-mortem, you'll be asked to pay cash, 30,000 shillings. Can you look into that? Thank you very much.
Next, 13.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also congratulate Waziri for good presentation. Mr. Speaker, I speak on behalf of other counties like yours, the ones who are within the border. But particularly allow me to mention Kajiado South, our border called Tarakea, on surveillance measures that Waziri has put on place. But I would like to request Waziri, because of the cross-border diseases like tuberculosis, why don't you kindly uplift or upgrade level 4 within the border to be level 5, so that if we have treatment from we are getting services from the county, but also national government is giving something. Because at the end of the day, we are getting a lot of challenges with our people within the border. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. 14. Madenge.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Waziri, I join the rest of the members in congratulating you on the presentation. The money corner or the envelope, you have 130 billion in contributions, 93.4 billion in payouts, 36.6 billion difference. Yet we have complaints from two angles. One, patients who go to hospitals get a prescription for lab tests, either under primary health care facilities or the referral facilities, yet they are being sent outside in the private practice, in the private providers, and they are, a claim has been lodged in the system. Medicines, X-rays, and lab services. Three critical areas in terms of completeness of care. How do we seal? How do we stop that? Do we seal that gap? The Council of Governors, in a presentation during the UDA Governing Council, Embu Governor, Her Excellency Cecil Barire, said that the remittances by SHA to county facilities is at 60%. Your presentation here has told us overall 73%, a 13% point difference. Where is the truth?
15.
Thank you. Thank you, Speaker.
Martin.
Yes,
Owino.
Martin Owino. CS, kudos for your leadership and your team. We believe if you sustain your foot on the gas pedal, we'll get healthcare right. The Speaker, I have an observation. Last year, as a health committee led by Dr. Nikal, we went for fact-finding in the field. To single out one facility called Nyandiwa. We were so happy with Nyandiwa because the claim office was capacitated. And in fact, their claim rate was over 95%, meaning SHA was efficiently reimbursing the facility. 84 million by then. Then we asked, where is the money? And they said when SHA reimbursed them, the money goes to their facility and bounces back to county special account. And what does the county does with that money? County releases 80% back and deducts 20%. Then later on, our chair, Dr. Nikal, is there. He asked the county government, can you then